What's up, people? Welcome back. And today I want to talk about something that is very, let's call it misconceptions about the West. The misconceptions about the West. Something that I had or thought or envisioned the West people to be. And I'll start by telling a story, and this story I'll tell it in three languages, probably two languages. So on this first day, hii siku nilikuwa nikifanya, kwa nimetoka, when I came here, I landed and I was able to, after some time, I was able to get my first job or my second job. My first job actually was a terrible one. It was into construction. I was supposed to do a repair work in a house, but I barely lasted a day. I'll tell you about that later. So on my second job that I got when I came to Aussie, I worked in a factory making ice cream. I was in the production unit in a ice cream making company, and it was a good job. I must say it was a good job. We ate ice cream every day, and I liked it. It was after I acquired my car. After I acquired my first car, it was almost like 10 minutes away from where I lived. So it was a very good job by then. But unajua auzi huwezi kaa na job moja, so I got another job still in not in the manufacturing sector, but now in a warehouse. Niliwork na posta ya huko, nilipata job ya posta. So in this second job, in my first job, it was factories huku, or in any industry, mostly in factory, warehouse, and anything, it is a lot of work and it is hard work. So barely you get time to rest, barely you get time to do anything other than work. That is about factory and warehousing, hapa hivi Aussie. So when I got the first job in ice cream making company, it was pretty much cruisy for me because where we were fetching ice cream, looking at the quality, testing the quality, insisting on testing because it was part of the job and my specialty. So moving fast forward, it wasn't very intensive unless from when days when we had to go to the warehouse do the packaging and stuff, but still it was a 10-liter tub, 5-liter tub, so it's not very intensive, and it is a rotational, everybody does everything. It's a rotational kind of unit. So whoever were fetching ice cream are closing lids, going to the warehouse, packaging them into pallets, wrapping. That's what you do for the 8 hours. So just moving around, doing this, engaging in that for 8 hours. My shift starts at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, ends at 10 o'clock. On my second job that I found at the posta would start at 11. That means I take my car straight to the post office, and the post office is where I first hated Aussie. Why? In this sector, there's no. The first day when I landed there, I almost ran away. Why? Is because I could remember that day, and I'm like, oh my goodness. They bring to you a cage full of parcels, and that day was the worst. That period was not the best for a newcomer because it was during Christmas season, I think, yeah. And what was the main product that was being shipped at that moment were wines, dog food, 25 kilos and above, 20 kilos, 17 kilos, wines which are around also 20 kilos, 15 kilos, I think. And these are a whole cage. I don't know how big it is, almost 3 meters by 3 meters or 2 meters by 2 meters. A whole cage full of wines. Almost, we could do I would say you would have around 30 or 24, 30, 30, I think 30 to 35, 30, maybe 30, 30 boxes you have to do in that cage. And this is an 8-hour job. You do that. If you're not doing ones, you're doing small parcels. You're not doing small parcels, you're doing medium parcels. If you're not doing medium parcels, you're back to the big parcels, to the huge parcels. And nothing stops in this warehouse because you're serving the all of Aussie. Nothing stops. So on my first day landing there, I almost ran mad because I was already tired from the 8-hour job and I'm landing into this. Wazee, hapa hivi ilikuwa moto, ilikuwa moto, ilikuwa moto. I could see people running. What is my mind? I am seeing people running because they're collecting whatever's been finished, taking it out, bringing another one. So my head is spinning. All I can see is people running, things moving fast. The belt, I'd never seen a belt before. That is because you're just taking the parcel, putting it on the belt, taking the parcel, putting it on the belt. That is what you do on your toes, no stopping until 11 to first break is around 1 o'clock. The next break is around 3 o'clock. 30 minutes break. By the time you are at the coffee shop or whatever it is, you're taking your meals, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it's over. It's almost another 20 minutes. Before you're sitting down, your coffee, taking your tea, 5 minutes time to go back to work. So what made me survive there was I met this guy with you who lived almost close to where I used to live. I had not bought a car then. I think my wife dropped me those first few days. And so this guy lived next to where I used to live. And we got into conversation. And yeah, he told me where he lived. I told him where I live. And he was like, oh, then I'm able to drop you. And this guy was, if I'm not wrong, 65 to 70 years. And there were other small girls and other older ladies, like 60, 70. You see the age I'm talking about? So what got me going was that if this old man is doing this at this age, he stands the 8 hours straight, carrying the same parcel that I'm carrying, the all night. You know what? There was no way I was going home. There was no way I was going to surrender. There was just no way. There was just no way. Because that job was hard. That job was hard. And it takes a toll on you when you're doing a night shift. I never knew that until when I stopped doing the night shift there. Because it drains your system totally. When you cannot, especially if you have something going on during the day, or even if it's you won't go to sleep straight away in the morning if you have to engage for another 3-4 hours in the morning. Night shifts drains you, drains your body. It almost kills your system. It's so weird how night shift just miss up. I don't know what it does to the nervous system, but it just breaks you so bad. So why am I telling you this story? I wanted to talk about the misconception that we back at home have when we look at the Westerners. We look at these people as, especially kuja kuona huyu jamaa hawezi kitu, hawa watu ni lazy, hawa watu ni nini. But when I came and I worked in that place, I saw old people, like really old people. And these old people are working, they're working, breaking sweat seriously for their money. Interestingly, this guy drove a car that it was so nice. He drives it by, like, it is one owner, first from new, himself. All the keys that are in that car, it is himself. No one else drives. No one goes in there with food. Like, he takes care of that car like it's a gem. And you could see where the kind of lifestyle that he is able to afford is because of his hard work. He worked so hard. He worked hard for it. When I reflect back at home, it is a different story. We get people from 40 years, 45 years, 50 years. Nobody's willing to engage in such activities. Nobody's going to break their back for such activities. People are talking about retirement. People are talking about, I'm feeling my back, feeling my waist, I'm feeling my ears, my head is spinning. And we have that misconception that whites are lazy, whites are so fragile. But when you come to the real world, here, things are different. These people work to be where they are. These people, they are on another level that I don't think we might be getting there soon, but we are getting there.